We're in Tsutaya, Nagareyama Otaka no Mori, Ekimae. Today's event is a single duel ranking duel event. We confirm our entry and wait for the event to start. Seven people entered today's event. Since that's an odd number, one of us gets the bye. We unfortunately don't get to play, but fortunately don't get to lose either. For round 2, our opponent was on Branded Despia. Unfortunately, they didn't give us the permission to record. We lose dice roll, and our opponent decides to go first. Due to the main phase 3 shenanigans of Branded Despia, we both lose due to time. So we start by exchanging pleasantries and rolling the dice. The first one is a 6, and I'm optimistic. But then lo and behold, my opponent also rolls a 6. I roll again and it's a 1. We lose dice roll, and our opponent decides to go first. After shuffling our decks, we give each other the deck to cut, and we draw the top 5 cards of our decks. My opening hand contains Izuna, Dark Magician Girl, The Magician's Disciple, Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion, Possessed Partnerships, and the new card, currently unreleased in TCG, Solemn Report. With his first play being the reveal of the new card, Clown Clown Flare, my opponent activates its effect in the hand to add 1 Clown Clan card and discard a card. I chain Izuna because it's an activated effect in the hand, special summoning it, and my opponent discards what appears to be Tenacity of the Monarchs, confirming that they're up to no good. Since Izuna was summoned, I activate her effect to dump Lupus, and when the chain resolves, I activate Lupus's effect in the grave to special summon himself. When that chain resolves, I activate Lupus's on-field effect to Xyz summon Vimana. My opponent then proceeds to activate Clown Clan Rehearsal, tributing the Clown Clown Flare from his hand to add Whiteface and another Clown Clan spell or trap card, which appears to be Clown Clan Malabarism. I notify my opponent that his flare has been tributed and ask if she has an effect when it is tributed. Lo and behold, it does. The relevant of which is that it can change the position of a face-up monster on the field to face down. I confirm with my opponent if I can activate Bell, since Flare activates from the graveyard. Confused, I chain Vimana's effect to negate Flare's graveyard effect, detaching both materials from it. My opponent activates the previously added Clown Clan Malabarism, summoning Clown Clan Diablo and Clown Clan Devils from his extra deck. It was at this point that I request from my opponent to take back the previous move that I have done of negating the flare in the graveyard, as I realized that it was completely pointless, and therefore Vimana gets flipped face down. My opponent proceeds to tribute summon Clown Clown Whiteface using both of his monsters, which allows him to draw cards equal the number of monsters he tributed, which is 2. He consequently changes the effects of Devils and Diablo when they have been tributed, where Clown Clan Diablo allows him to set a trap card from his deck, and Clown Clan Devils allows him to set a spell card from his deck. I shuffle the deck since he's going to draw, and then he draws 2 cards. My opponent activates his set Clown Clan Matinee, allowing him to special summon Clown Clan Meteor from his extra deck. Discarding Tessera the Primal Squire, my opponent reveals Eidos, another Tessera, and Zaborg, and I fear for my extra deck. So I give them Tessera in hopes that they have no way of recycling Zaborg. I ask my opponent if there are any effects in the graveyard that they can be used. My opponent banishes the Monarch's Revolt from his graveyard to activate its effect, and allow him to special summon Idea from his hand. I again mistakenly attempt to activate Bell, which on special summon allows him to summon Eidos from the deck, giving him an extra tribute summon. Where then he proceeds to tribute summon Caius, of all things, which on summon allows him to target and banish my face-down Vimana. And since he successfully tribute summoned a monster, he activates Eidos' graveyard effect to special summon itself. Adding his second copy of Zaborg. And consequently passes his turn over. Since Solemn Report can be activated the turn it was set by revealing another set trap card, I start by setting the 2 trap cards that I have in my hand. I then discard Win, the Wind Channeler, to special summon Dark Magician Girl, the Magician's Disciple from my hand, and activate its on-summon effect to add a Shining Sarcophagus from my deck to my hand, which I then proceed to activate, and consequently activate its effect to search for the new Dark Magician, and proceed to special summon it from the hand. I banish the special summon Dark Magician to special summon Dark Magician of Destruction from my extra deck, and activate its on-summon effect to search for the Gaze of Timaeus. My opponent activates the quick effect of White Face to tribute summon a monster, and I chain the Gaze of Timaeus to special summon Dragoon by returning the Dark Magician of Destruction to the extra deck. And down comes a Borg. But not only that, he consequently changed Eidos in his graveyard and distributed Ideo. Just to rub it in, I guess. I consider activating Dragoon, but don't, cause who cares at this point? We confirm a couple of rulings. We really confirm a couple of rulings. I kinda like my extra deck. And then he proceeds to dump everything. And takes my extra deck, and I say bye bye to practically everything. Again, I consider activating Dragoon, but F it. Even the camera at this point is disappointed and tilts downwards. He pushes my Dragoon into the back row with Packbit and does a whole lot of other things that at this point I couldn't really care. I consider activating Lupus. And take a look at the remnants of what was my extra deck at some point. I do end up special summoning Lupus from my graveyard. For whatever reason. And my opponent just keeps going and going and going. Hey, I finally got something to bell. Time is called. I admit defeat and attempt to enter that I've lost. But unfortunately, the tournament organizers have already decided that we both lost. We receive our participation packs and decide to turn the single duel into a match so that I can take my revenge. If you've seen this video to the end, thank you very much, and we'll hope that you can see us again soon.